Live out of Chopper 13 is the refrigeration companies and the glass companies there. We've zoomed in to show the water still just rushing through there. We can see the sandbags they've built up around that glass company, and you can just assume those people are hoping that this is going to hold.
It looks like the water has actually gone inside of that area. And
it's breached the sandbags around Glass Professionals Incorporated, and they're pumping water out of there, what has breached those sandbags. But right now it appears they're fighting an uphill battle. The breach in that levee on the Des Moines River prompting this mandatory evacuation some 100 feet wide.
And this has got to be so frustrating because we know that so many volunteers, National Guard people, and others have been out there trying to, work on this levee here in the Birdland area. They were out there Thursday night, early Friday morning, just trying so hard to build it up. They were very concerned about it, and they thought they were in the clear, but obviously that's not the case. We do have Roger Riley up in Chopper, and I believe he's standing by with a little bit more information for us.
Yeah, that's right, Liz and Dan. We're just up here. You just saw that company there, that they are pumping water out of there now. So far, we've been looking here, watching the pictures with you. We don't really see anywhere where this water is getting by onto 2nd Avenue. What we do notice is, if we can zoom right in there, is look how high it's getting. I think that could possibly be their concern. We don't see any weakness in the levee or any break, but just look how the water's getting near the top. And as you can see, there's some workers out there just keeping an eye on this levee. But as we have showed you, the work here in the last 20 minutes has ceased on this levee. So I would say that it would be a time that if people are going to think about getting out, now would be a good time to think about it, because there is no, obviously from this picture, there's no real feeling of certainty that these homes here just to the east are going to be protected as long as that levee holds. But you just don't know at this point, Dan and Liz.
Roger, obviously, I mean, the vantage point. We've all, if we've been in Chopper 13, we know it looks a lot different from up there compared to what the picture gets squeezed down into the little TV box. Roger, describe the scope of water you're seeing and kind of just your reaction to that.
Well, Dan, basically we were just curious when we got here. We heard about the Levee Bridge, which we've been showing you right down here. We wondered, how could this happen? Well, we kind of speculated. We didn't even know this is levee back here, and there's trees kind of overgrown it. We don't know whether that really was a factor in this, but just the sheer fact that it just flowed over, and then it did stop. The water stopped right there at 2nd Avenue. We were kind of surprised by that. And then also, for those who may be planning travels in the metro area, you'd see two roads here coming across the Des Moines River, 6th and 2nd. If you're headed north of downtown to the northeast side of Des Moines, those are not options for you to travel on. But just basically overall, me personally, I've noticed the North High School baseball diamond, one of the few dry diamonds I've seen around here. That is until this morning, and now it's obviously underwater.
Just a shame. Thanks so much, Roger, for showing us those pictures and giving us your point of view from the sky. It's amazing to see what the last 24 hours has held for that part of town.
And of course, we do want to again reiterate, you need to leave this area. This is Zone 1 in the 500-year floodplain. Take a look at this map. If you're in this area, it's time to go. New York Avenue to the north, Sailor Road there to the east, Guthrie Avenue on the south, and of course the river on the west. This is the area. Major concern here, as they have now abandoned their backup levee that they've been trying to contain this levee breach, the water there with as well.
Right, and we just want to reiterate, Liz, in the past several days of flood coverage, this is the most serious the situation has been. Keep that in mind throughout the next 2 hours. At 10 a.m., we're expecting a live briefing from Polk County officials, Des Moines Police and Fire Department, and the Army Corps of Engineers, as they have typically done the past couple of days. We're not expecting good news at that 10 a.m. press conference, which we'll carry live here.
We will be right back with more.
Have another official on the phone this morning. Incredible, the coordinated effort between the Sheriff's Office, Police and Fire, and obviously the Army Corps of Engineers, who got everyone out safely in time from that emergency berm.
Really working to keep everyone informed. We want to go now to Phil Rader on the phone with us. He's a spokesperson for the Des Moines Public Schools. Phil, North High School is in trouble this morning.
It is. We, of course, don't have access to the building. We're watching it from afar, just as all of your viewers are, but there is obviously water up to the walls and moving past the school, and we've got a boat literally in the waiting for as soon as we can get to the school to take a little closer look at what the damage inside may be.
Is this something that you had at all planned or expected? Was there any sandbagging going on around North High School, actually?
Well, I guess the good news in this is that because there has been several days of expectation that there may be a problem in that area, we were able to move a lot of equipment and supplies and things like that up to higher levels of the school. And, of course, as you know, there's been an awful lot of work that's been going on along that entire levee for the past several days. So it's just been a heroic effort to try to save that area, but Mother Nature obviously beat us in this case.
And of course, we know obviously no class is being held there right now, but I'm sure there's a whole slew of activities that may be affected by this situation here.
Well, there is. North High is a central point for the school district to provide some critical services such as telecommunications to a number of other schools on the north side. So those services will be down for the foreseeable future. We'll be, of course, meeting over the weekend to assess what impact it's going to have on other summer activities. Even though it's summer vacation, we still have thousands of students that are involved across the city in different programs, and there will have to probably be some changes come Monday morning for a lot of families. But our first concern now isn't on that. It's not even on the school building. We can always clean that up. It's really on all the families that are in that area and hoping for the best for them.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I know you mentioned that you said you were able to move some of the items from the school to higher ground, and you were actually able to save some of the things that were inside of there?
We have been. That's the good thing about having a few days' notice on this is that everything from equipment at the athletic fields to things that were stored in the lower levels of the school, we were able to move up and hopefully out of harm's way, but obviously we're not going to know everything for certain until we're able to get over to the school, and whether or not that'll be yet today or sometime later, we don't know until the emergency management folks give us the green light to go.
Okay, Phil Rader with Des Moines Public Schools, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Everyone kind of putting a silver lining on the cloud around all this morning. As Chopper just showed us, it's getting hard to count the number of areas that have been breached along that emergency berm, but there's a flurry of activity going on down around Union Park to try and build up another wall of sandbags. That's where Channel 13's Megan Ruther joins us from now. And Megan, have you seen more people showing up to help out?
You know, it seems like we do continue to get more. We want to show you what the hard work they're doing here in Union Park. Volunteers have just shown up within the past half hour to hour, actually, on a volunteer basis at last minute. Actually, we have Amy Leah here who's joining us now, and she is actually from Seattle, Washington. Tell us why you're here helping out today.
We're actually here for the NCAA track meet, and we just figured we'd come out and help because we have time and we're done competing, so we wanted to do something good and help out.
Well, hopefully you'll be still well rested for your meet this afternoon.
Yeah.
Now, Seattle, Washington, you told me earlier you don't see much flooding. What do you think when you see all this firsthand?
It's amazing because, like, in Seattle, Washington, it rains a ton, and I'm used to the rain. And since we've been here, I've been here since Tuesday, and it's way different. It's just crazy rain, and as soon as we heard that it was flooding, I was just in shock. I just didn't know that I'd be in Iowa and it'd be randomly crazy. So I'm just glad that I was here and I get to help out.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, a lot of sandbags. They keep bringing in more sandbags for you to put on and more dirt for you to put in. Of course, please be careful. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck with your meet today.
Oh, thank you.
As you can tell, people from in this area, we talked with someone earlier who lived in this area, just wanted to help out his neighbors, and again, track athletes from all over the country just seeing this horrible flooding and wanting to help and do their part.
Megan, stay safe out there. We just almost watched about a ton of sand dropped right on top of you.
I know. We're going to have to keep our eyes out and keep moving, I suppose.
All right, stay safe. We appreciate your reports.